Hi, and welcome to this episode of Women in Retail Talks. I'm Christina Stidham, Associate Content Editor for the Women in Retail Leadership Circle, and today I'll be talking with Melissa Davis, Chief Revenue Officer at Afterpay. We're here live at the 2019 Women in Retail Leadership Summit in Miami, and I'm excited to talk to you, Melissa.
Excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Absolutely. So Afterpay at our core is an installment payment product. We integrate with retailers to break up the price of the product into 4 equal installments. So if the item's $100, it's $25 up front and then $25 every 2 weeks after that for the next 6 weeks, totally interest-free. So we never charge the customer above and beyond the price of the product. They're able to receive the product right away, and then they make their installments every 2 weeks after that. We are now live with over 25,000 retailers globally, and mainly focused on the fashion and beauty space, and launched in the US about a year ago.
That's awesome. You spend a lot of time talking with your clients. What are some of the biggest pain points that you're seeing retailers face right now, and how can Afterpay help?
So I think many retailers are looking as to how they attract a millennial and Gen Z audience, what keeps them engaged, what keeps them loyal, how to create better experiences for them to both drive their attention online and in store. And so some of the things that we look at is how do we make the checkout process as seamless and easy as possible? What pain points can we take away from both customers and retailers to make that process instantly gratifying, to make it seamless, and to make it that customer experience level that customers have really come to expect.
Could you tell us about your favorite client success story that other retailers can relate to?
Absolutely. So when we launched in the US back in May of last year, we launched with a number of retailers, both big and small. So Urban Outfitters, Anthropologie, they were kind of our marquee launch partners. But we also launched with a number of smaller retailers. And one in particular that comes to mind is June and January. They're a small kind of kids retailer where online only really started through Facebook and Facebook marketing. When they launched with Afterpay, they originally launched just by announcing it through social, and they would only put us up for their sales. They saw with Afterpay their online average order value increase 100%. In the time with customers using Afterpay. Wow. And saw such tremendous success from promoting it via sales that they rolled it out across their entire site and now use it all the time to attract a new customer. So we're really excited to work with them and really excited to have partnered with them from the beginning. And we now work with over 3,000 small to medium businesses of similar nature. So we're hoping to do the same with them.
That's incredible. Can you tell us about any big initiatives or big projects happening at Afterpay in 2019?
Absolutely. So this week, actually, we are launching in the UK. So we are very excited about that. We were originally founded in Australia about 4 years ago. So we're in Australia, New Zealand. In the US, we launched last year, and now in the UK. We're also excited to roll out our in-store product later this year. So we're in about 10,000 storefronts in Australia today, and we'll be bringing that to the U.S. Around fall of 2019. And then finally, we have what we call our shop directory, which is essentially our site and our app that sends a tremendous amount of traffic to retailers. It was really born out of customer demand. Customers were coming to Afterpay and trying to figure out who accepts Afterpay, where can I go shopping with Afterpay. And so we created this shop directory that in the U.S. now sends over 4 million leads to our retail partners. So it's a tremendous source of new customer acquisition for them. And so we're excited to take that shop directory experience to the next level, enhance it with new features to be able to drive even more customer acquisition for our partners.
That's awesome, a seamless way for customers to find where they can utilize your service.
Exactly. They've come to love it and use it as a destination as to where they should start their shopping.
Awesome. And what do you think retail technology is going to look like a year from now or 5 years from now?
So I think there's a number of trends that we're seeing in retail that will impact kind of immediately and then also in the future state. So right now, in the past, it used to be that custom platforms was a big advantage for retailers, being able to kind of create their own bells and whistles on a platform, have kind of unique offerings. And now that's seen almost as a disadvantage because it takes longer to integrate with new technologies, to try out new things, to make sure that it flows through the system. So we see a really big kind of push to more standardized platforms that are easier to integrate with multiple new technologies and test things out. In addition, we've seen so much around data and privacy and earning that trust of the millennial consumer. And so we see a really big push in technology and in retail trends to make sure that retailers are really mindful of data and privacy and security with the millennials and how they earn that trust. And then when we look at the future state, again, it's kind of how they look to seamless technology to help create that instantaneous gratification, that better lifestyle. So we look a lot, as an example, to the Amazon Go store. If anybody has ever been, it's an amazing kind of new technical advancement where you're kind of checking in and then you don't have to do anything else. You're putting things in your bag, you're walking out of the store. It almost feels like you're shoplifting, and it's an amazing experience, and that really serves as kind of a two-way trust. You trust the retailer, and the retailer is trusting you. And so we really believe that advancements like that will help shape the future of retail, how people think about their seamless experience, and how they come to cater that instantaneous gratification that people have come to expect and to love.
Definitely. Well, that's all of the questions that I have for you today. So I just want to thank Melissa for joining me on this episode of Women in Retail Talks.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at wirlc.com/podcasts for show notes. Women in Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and now on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Women in Retail Talks.